let's talk data security. We have this new drive in here. I'm going to use this hex editor, HXD, to open up this drive and show to you that this drive is zeroed out. This is just a visual of what's on those sectors of that drive, and there's nothing. So I'm going to add a story on this drive. Story is going to be 3 little pigs. The end. Now I'm opening up this disk again, and now check this out. See, right here is part of the file table. That's the name of the file. It's going to have some information about where that data is on that drive. We can just cheat and find it this way. There you go. This is where that data is stored on that drive. Now, some people may think you delete this and that data is gone. And you would be mistaken. You only see part of the file name here because what's happened here is basically in this file table, it's kind of like a library card catalog system where you want to get the book Hop on Pop and you pull out the drawer and you find Hop on Pop and it says it's in section A9. Well, what's happened when you deleted this file is they've thrown out the file for Hop on Pop. But guess what? Hop on Pop, still on the shelf. That data is still there. Some people may think you simply format this drive and that the data is wiped then. And unfortunately, they would be mistaken as well. There's no remnants of that file name, at least. But guess what? The data is still there. That book is still on the bookshelf, but the whole card catalog is gone now. So how do you get rid of this data? This is important if you're getting rid of your drive, you're donating it someplace. The easiest way in any Windows machine is to format this drive, but do a lower level format by deselecting Quick Format. And you're going to see this is going to take a long time. You'll see that once again, it's zeroed out. Just like how we started. And you'll search and you'll search and you'll search and you will never find the 3 little pigs in there because it has been overwritten by zeros. There's a lot of people who think that you have to wipe a drive 7 times or a government 35 pass wipe. You do not need to do that. A single 0 wipe erases all of the data on the disk. Theoretical in the past that on certain older drives, a single pass was insufficient, and yet there's not been a single person who's been able to recover any data from any drive that has been written over once with zeros. It is an unscientific level of paranoia, but it costs a lot of extra money in man hours at least. On top of that, many places physically destroy the drives after they've wiped them, and there is no need to do that. A single 0 wipe like I have just shown you, deselecting Quick Format and wiping that drive is sufficient to eradicate, remove, wipe the data off of that drive, and you can hand it to anybody and they are not going to be recovering any data off of it. And it's free. Again though, this was a 4 gigabyte drive and it took a couple minutes to do that. So if you're doing this on a 64 gig drive, 128 gig drive, couple terabyte drive, it is going to take some time. Start it in your lunch break or start it at night and then come back to it in the morning, it'll be wiped. If somehow you have access to a computer system that does not have this format, say it's not a Windows system and you're not sure on Mac if it zeroes it out or Linux or whatever it is, one thing that you can do in order to wipe the data essentially is to take a large file and copy it onto that drive multiple times until the drive runs out of space. So put an innocuous, like a video file you found online or something like that. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's data you don't care about, you just copy that onto that drive multiple times until that drive is full, and then you do a simple format on that drive, or you delete the data off the drive. So the drive will not be zeroed out. It'll be multiple copies of that video or whatever that you don't care about, and the data is rendered unrecoverable at that point.